What's going on, people? Alex Thorn here, and I'm about a minute early. And hopefully, everybody can find this stream. For whatever reason, I think it's been connecting to different streams. Right now, I'm on StreamYard. So, trying to make sure that this goes through perfectly fine. Yeah, there's double, unfortunately. And let's see, is this one the one that's live? Is this one the one that's live? There's two different ones. Sorry about that, guys. So, anyways, I'm trying to figure it out. This is my first live. I'm Alex Thorn, and I am just a rock and roller who, in his downtime, likes to watch movies while wearing a bandana. And right now, we're trying to figure out how the heck we go live. And there we are. We actually are live. So that's cool. That's cool. Today, we're going to watch Alien, but that's just in a little bit. Let's give people some time to get into the chat if we can. I'm actually going to go ahead and delete that original live that I scheduled that unfortunately did not go live. Still testing this stuff out, still figuring everything out. We had this one scheduled and it didn't go through. So sorry about that, guys. I've got to delete all that stuff on the back end. And as you hear the sweet sounds of Chicago in the background, sorry about that if it's annoying. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Let's see. Let me make sure. Let's double check if you guys can hear me. Yep, there it is. There you go. Yeah. But anyways, this is my first live watch along. You know, I went live on Saturday just to hang out. It was the first time, and that was really, really cool. I couldn't believe how receptive people were. So much conversation. But, you know, the issue that I ended up finding out in that first live was when you play it back on YouTube, you can't see the comments unless you actually are on the app. So if you're watching it on a TV or a laptop or you want to go full screen, you actually don't see the comments unless you enable that. So that's what I ended up finding out on Saturday's live. Here we go. See, I've got to delete one while I'm doing the other one. Boom. So now we're live and we're all good. Yeah, we are. Cool, cool. Slight little bit of delay, but nonetheless, dudes, thank you for clicking in. There's one person watching right now. Appreciate you, whoever you are. Hopefully this way, when you guys comment, it gets embedded into the video. I've heard nothing but good things about StreamYard. And, you know, I just want whoever watches these things afterwards to definitely, you know, see their names and see their comments embedded into the video. It's so cool like that. I actually watch a lot of like wrestling podcasts, and they usually have the names embedded at the bottom and all that stuff. Again, I'm going to give you guys some time to join, get some people in the room before we start. Kind of think of this like the coming attractions and the previews, you know. On Saturday's live, I had told you guys a story about, and let's get these notifications off. Do not disturb. I told you guys a story of, and over here too, because I don't want to get distracted. Sorry about that. Anyways, yeah. So on Saturday, I told you guys a story of going into Best Buy. One of my buddies was like, "Hey, do you still collect physical media?" Because, you know, they stopped selling back in March on their site and on online. And I was like, "Absolutely, man." So he actually handed me over Swamp Thing from the like MGD collection or something like that, and Ghoulies, and I picked up the Bad Boys collection, and there was a whole bunch of comedies there that I didn't want anything to do with, but that was really, really cool. And you know, I'm probably going to give you guys from this channel, I'm probably going to give you guys that one of those in a giveaway. Speaking of giveaways, I'm doing a giveaway of the Beverly Hills Cop DVD collection on the Beverly Hills Cop ranking video. And that's going to go live on Friday, actually, of this week, because this Wednesday is the release of Axel F, the Netflix exclusive Beverly Hills Cop. And I've been ranking 1, 2, and 3. There's a whole playlist here for those. Again, all you have to do is subscribe to the channel, like the videos, and comment your favorite Beverly Hills Cop video under one of the Beverly Hills Cop reviews. Not in this video. You can say it here if you want, but I'm only counting the entrance and the comments that are on the Beverly Hills Cop videos that I have. And so, like I said, 1, 2, and 3 are already up for you to comment on. Axel F is going to go up this Wednesday. I'm pretty sure Tuesday night at midnight, tomorrow night, it's probably going to debut. Cats are going wild over there. That's when it's probably going to come on, and I'm going to stay up a little late, watch it, make sure I got my review in for Wednesday for you guys. Friday, we'll do the ranking. We'll announce the winner of that giveaway. And then this video, this movie that we're watching here right now, pretty soon, Alien, is going to actually kick off July and August leading up to Alien Romulus. Yeah, because that's getting released that's going to get released on August 16th. So there are 8 Alien movies ahead of me to watch in the next month and a half. And for some of that may not be hard, but then you got to also remember, we're not just watching the movies. We're actually also, we're editing the reviews. I might go live with several of them with you guys. So that's the whole thing there. Again, somebody else just joined the chat. What's going on? Welcome to the stream. I'm just, holding on over here until more people get in here. And then around, I'd say 7:15, we'll start the movie. I'm watching Alien off of Hulu, which is on there right now. So if you're going to watch the DVD, the VHS, you're going to stream it. I know that it's on Hulu right now, and that's where I'm going to watch it. And hopefully you guys join me. I'll do a countdown and all that at about 7:15. But this time we're doing the stream via StreamYard to YouTube instead of just YouTube. When I did Saturday's stream, I did it straight through YouTube. Nothing wrong with it, but when I checked it out, went back to it, I couldn't see you guys' comments. I put it on the big screen and I couldn't see the comments from you guys. And I was like, oh man. So I've seen other podcasts and supposedly they use something called OBS. They use StreamYard. And, let's hope that I can see your guys' comments, and everybody else who watches this afterwards can see your comments as well. Beyond that, there are a lot of these watch-alongs that are going to start happening, as well as exclusive lives that I'm going to do just for members of this channel. And not only can you be a part of those, and those can be exclusive, and you can also request your own reviews, because I get that often where people who are not members of the channel start asking me, hey, can you do this type of video? Hey, can you do this for me? I would love to see this. And, I would, ask for stuff like that. And there's also a huge perk to becoming a member of my channel, which is you get a laminated membership card of Thorn Theater. I created this. On the back, you got the Be Kind Rewind. You've got the QR code that takes you right to the channel. Thorn approved right over here. You've got the date that the channel was created, because it's a big deal to me. And I made these designs as well as the rebranding of the channel, and man, printed them out, laminated them myself. So it's been a big deal, and it's been a cool thing. So remember, if you join the ultimate tier of this channel, you guys can receive the card and start requesting videos for me to make specifically for you. Once again, we're waiting until about 7:15 to start the movie. I am watching the 1979 Alien. I'm going to watch it on Hulu. It's an hour and 57 minutes. I have not seen this movie since, it's got to be the early 2000s, because I know I did not watch it since my son is born. I know that for sure. So, and he's in his preteens. So we're talking 15 years maybe since I've seen the first one. I've definitely seen Aliens, the sequel, several times. And we know that there's been a big controversy with the 4K release of that movie recently. They said it was too clean. They said everybody looks like wax. If you go to, I've got actually a funny story about Aliens recently, but if you go to Amazon to purchase it, it's like 40 something bucks, and everybody's scamming and everybody's trying to get some extra cash out of it. When I think when it initially came out, it was like $32 and it sold out like this. True Lies is pretty easy to get now. And then there was another one that came out as well, but Platoon? No. But either way, Aliens. And what's funny about that 4K Aliens is, like I said, people are trying to get 40 something dollars out of it. When it first came out, it was 32. We're talking about like 2 months ago. I went to Half Price Books about 2 weeks ago, and that 4K brand new, that cover and all that, was at Half Price Books for literally half the price. It was 20 bucks for that 4K Blu-ray. And I know a lot of you guys who love collecting and gotta have it would have picked it up, but I have Aliens on Vudu, which I had previously purchased, and they just upgraded it to 4K. So, I didn't feel the need to buy or, rush out and get it, even though I saw it for 20 bucks. But the sequel I've definitely seen several times in the last few years. I want to say the last time I watched it was maybe about 2 years ago with my son. But this one, Alien, the original 1979, it's got to be over 15 years since I've seen it for sure. Once again, those of you who are new to the chat, I'm waiting till about 7:15 to start watching the movie in this watch along. I'm going to watch it off of Hulu. You can watch it off of a DVD, VHS, Blu-ray, 4K, or you can stream it on Hulu as well, like I'm going to do here in about 4 minutes. How are you guys doing? If you're joining the chat, go ahead and leave some comments. Initially, like I said before in this chat room or in this stream, the first live I did on Saturday was through YouTube. And when I went back and checked it out, I couldn't see any of the comments. I know they're there, but I couldn't see them. This time I'm doing it through StreamYard. And hopefully your guys' comments come up and the little pop-up that I've seen so many other people do. But, it takes time. This is my second live. We'll figure this out over time. For anybody coming in new, again, we're watching Alien from 1979. I'm going to begin that stream in about 3 minutes at 7:15. You guys can't see it over here because I'll get copyright stricken, but you guys can watch it, any way you want. I'm watching it off of Hulu. But yeah, I had a ton of fun doing the live stream on Saturday, the Hangout. That was just too cool. Did not expect the interaction that I got on there. So thank you humbly so much for that. This time, there's no magic elixir. There's nothing in the Thorn Theater Cup. This time we're doing straight water. So forgive me if within the next 2 hours, I got to get up and bleed the lizard. But we're going to start the stream at 7:15, about 2 more minutes. And I'll start watching this on Alien on Hulu. For those of you who are in the chat that I see are joining new, guys, let me know, where do you think Alien ranks, the original Alien ranks amongst all 8 Alien movies? And do you guys do you guys like the Alien series? Are you guys planning to go to the theater and watch the new Alien Romulus? I'm going to. It's something I choose to watch. I think that's one of my favorite parts of having this channel, to be honest with you. One of my favorite parts of having this channel is the fact that I get to choose what I want to watch, what I want to talk about, what I want to do. I don't feel the need necessarily. There's a pretty famous YouTuber who does movie reviews, who I watched one of his explanation videos. And he said that he felt like he owed it to his fans to watch every single new release that comes out because they're looking forward to seeing what he has to say about it. I'm not there yet. Of course, he has the right to think that way. But I just feel like when you do something like this and you create a brand and something like YouTube, you want to have fun with it. You want to talk about the things you love. So, for instance, if I had to watch Madam Web because I felt pressured by the subscribers of this channel to watch it, that would be miserable. You know, what's the point of opening up a YouTube that you love, that you want, dedicating your time to it, and then start doing watching things and doing things you don't want to do just because you feel like, people expect that of you? No, you do what you want to do, and that's what makes having YouTube fun. All right, it's 7:15. I'm gonna press play on Aliens on Hulu now. So pressing play in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Of course. Of course. I forgot that I had a downgrade. Eventually, as this channel takes off, I'll upgrade to the commercialist version. But as of right now, I still am on the commercial version of Hulu. I completely forgot about that. My bad. So I guess the stream is going to start in 1 minute and 15 seconds. Man, that's another thing too. While these commercials are running, I'll tell you guys about that. Like, I'm not one of those guys that can pay for all of these streaming services anymore. Just there was a moment, of course, during COVID where you wanted to subscribe to everything and watch everything. Like, I get that, but there we go. That's a little bit better. That's cool. Right about there. We'll pump it up as the light goes down outside. But anyways, there was a time. Let me see. Watching the preview over here, making sure I look good. There it goes. Cool. There was a time in during COVID where I had subscriptions to everything, and you just can't. Some of these are $20. Like, the commercialist version of Hulu is $20. Like, it's just insanity to me. And literally, all I was using Hulu for was for King of the Hill and Family Guy. That's it. That's the only thing I watched on Hulu. So I was paying $20 a month just to watch that. So I downgraded to like their commercial plan, and here we go. The commercials are done. You guys can hear that, right? So let me know in the chat if you can hear it, and that way you can follow along. I'll give you time cues as the movie goes on. Man, this it looks like 1979. Like I said, it's been 15 years since I watched this. By the way, if you hear that siren, that's not part of the movie. That's the soundtrack sound to Chicago. So I'm sure you'll be hearing plenty of sirens throughout this live stream. For those of you that are watching along with me or just watching me watch the movie, do you often watch alongs live on YouTube? Let me know down below, because I think I've only ever joined once, and it wasn't even a watch along. It was somebody who was unboxing stuff. But people like to watch others. This opening sequence, I could only imagine. Like, we're so spoiled, right? I'm watching this, and the first thing that comes up in my brain as I'm watching it is how incredibly spoiled we are when it comes to movies now. Because I'm watching this and I have that opinion of, like, it looks old, but that's not really fair now, is it? Hmm. I don't even know how copyright works with this, so hopefully the sound doesn't get me a strike or something like that, because then I'll have to delete it eventually. But let's stay positive, right? So it's Crew 7 cargo refinery processing 20 million tons of mineral oil, course returning to Earth. This has got nice, cool blue tones over the movie. This has been restored for sure. I know this is in 1080p, but I think this is like a 4K master of the film, even though I'm watching it on a stream of 1080p. Oh, there goes one of those like chicken things that Homer had that just like does this by itself once you rock it. Yeah, that's all I can think about is just how spoiled we are now with these space movies. That's literally all I can think about is how spoiled we are. Because I'm watching it, I'm like, come on, get moving, right? Do action. But this is 1979. Outside of like Star Trek and Star Wars, I don't think we watched this. In fact, this is around the time of of Star Wars. Like this was a huge deal for people to see space like this. There was a lot of like space movies in the 50s. I know that, but in terms of those space movies, that's not quite, as cinematic as Star Wars was. So I feel like this in 1979 is really a big deal because now we're bringing horror and suspense to space rather than, wow, that's cool. They're in space. They're in space, but there's also something hunting them. They're not just using these spacecraft to go from one place to another. This movie's all about discovery right away. It's going to be a slow burn because it's the first one too. This reminds me right away of how slow I felt Halloween. The first one was, which is what, 78, 79 as well. I know, sacrilege, right? Talking down about the original Halloween. It's a great movie. We all know that, but man, is it slow. I think that's one of the things that I appreciated about the first Nightmare on Elm Street. Boom, Freddy's in that first scene right away. Okay, here comes the pods opening up. Everybody's waking up from their slumber. See, and even this is new. This is new for the audience to see in 1979. They'd never seen people sleeping in pods, And I'm not sure, let me know down in the chat. Was there any other movies that explored people sleeping in pods in space on a spacecraft before Alien? Boy, there's a slow burn movie. That's cool, though. Again, you got to keep in mind it is 1979. In terms of the water that I'm drinking, initially I wanted the magic elixir I had on Saturday, but ran out of that night. And of course, I had to tear the logo off of this because if you're not paying to be on the channel, we don't have a brand deal, then you can't get featured, right? There we go. Some people, some talking. Interesting. They have the cat on the table while they're eating breakfast at this place.
Thought they would tell you looked at.
Oh, wait a minute. I recognize one of these guys. Is it Yaphet Kotto from Freddy's Dead in this movie? Could be wrong. It looks like the same guy. And then there's this other dude who looks like Alice Cooper without the makeup. Man, Sigourney is so young here.
So late. Okay, you dressed, huh? Package. Come on, count. It's only been good this year.
You know, these 70s and 80s movies did women empowerment, you know, in terms of their leads so well. And it was never over the top like they do it now. It's so blatant when you do it in movies. You saw how everybody turned on Terminator Dark Fate when they swapped out, you know, John Connor for whoever the new savior was. That's something I never understood. Like, Terminator already had women empowerment with Linda Hamilton's character. They always pushed that forward, but they didn't have to shove it in your face, you know? Same thing with Alien. Sigourney Weaver here and her character. It's not shoved in your face. It's just such a natural thing. Once again, that siren is not from the movie. That's Chicago. You gotta love movie tech. Just have a bunch of lights going off. $2037. Oh, we're not too far away from that, are we?
Clever then. Thank you.
Man, one of the beauties of having a 9.4.1 system. There's a speaker right behind me. It's hitting the Dolby Atmos up top. Powerful sub that I'm sure we're going to hear, and I'll probably have to turn down a couple times. In fact, I'll open that up right now just in case. We got this going. Yeah, it's still going. Cool. Seen a few of you guys drop in the chat several times. Go ahead and leave some comments down below if you're so kind.
Sound it. You showed us into two reticulate. During which you had a room yet. 246. Oh, I didn't. What are we doing out here?
Let's make sure we share this. Boom.
What are you talking about?
That's not our system. I love you.
You don't notice how they never come down here. I just work. The work is right. Sitting down, we get a half share of their our time is their time. That's the way they see it. But same old shit, man. I think I know why they don't come down here. It's because you don't have no personality. I can do my seat. Just sorry. Time now, baby.
Well, some of you may have figured out we're not home yet. We're only halfway there.
What?
Mother's interrupted the course coaching.
What?
Yeah, she's programmed to do that. Should certain conditions arise, they have.
Like what?
Seems she has intercepted a transmission of unknown origin. She got us up to check it out.
Transmission? Out here?
Yeah,
What kind of a transmission?
acoustical beacon that repeats at intervals of 12 seconds.
SOS.
I don't know.
Human.
Unknown.
So what? Where are we getting on? Hey, breaking this up.
But this is a commercial ship, not a rescue ship.
Right.
And it's not my contract to do this kind of duty. And it's about the money. If you want to give me some money to do, I'd be happy to. You know, all right.
That's right.
Let's go with the bonus situation. You know, let's talk about the bonus situation.
Can I say something?
Let's talk about the bonus.
There is a clause in the contract which specifically states any systematized transmission indicating a possible intelligent origin must be investigated.
I mean, hello, to tell us.
I want the only party.
Will you just listen to the man?
On penalty of total forfeiture of shares. Money.
You got that?
Yeah.
I'm going in.
Yeah. Going in.
The voices are still very old school. Not everybody, right? Again, this channel has made me watch movies I haven't watched in forever or never seen. And this reminds me of The Omen in terms of like it has that old feel. Obviously not the story, but just that time frame. And this is a much bigger movie than Omen was, but there's certain speech patterns in actors that is very 70s-esque, and this movie still has some of it.
What is?
Try to disengage from platform.
Mark, 20 seconds. 18, 17.
By the way, if you're joining, like I said, I'm watching on YouTube right now. The time code is 1352, 1353, 1354, just in case you want to join in live and watch it on your end. Definitely miniatures used for that shot.
On safe. Let's take her down.
Roll 92 degrees, port yaw.
On board.
Lower this a little bit. Again, I would imagine that with Star Wars being such the craze in the late 70s, right? This had to be astonishing to turn space and all of that into fear rather than this cool thing that, you know, that's traveling that we can't understand because we don't live in that time frame, blah, blah, blah. It's 2037. You guys think they're going to be anything close to this for 2037 for us? I don't think so. Did they use an elephant noise for that? They probably did.
Drop me off now. Still dropping. Hey, man. Take it down.
Oh, I love that. I can hear stuff kicking in behind me, which is cool. These surround sound speakers. One of the things that, because I got to do an updated setup video for you guys because I want to say when I got my first 100 subscribers, I showed you guys, you know, my setup at that time. Since then, I've upgraded my sound system. I've upgraded my TV. I've changed out the VCR as well. Got a new controller. Even my Wi-Fi has changed. So it's a lot of different stuff happening now. So I will. There's some new lights too, which by the way, these lights behind me here, the lights back there, over there, that's all Govee, which if you were a member of this channel, you would have gotten the news first, which is Thorn Theater and Govee are now tag team partners, and I'm offering exclusive discounts for Govee lights and Govee products for members, but that's going to be coming to you guys too because I'm running a co-promotion with Govee in the middle of July. So don't worry about it. You guys are getting it too. It's just they got the first dibs at it, and now you guys are going to get it in July. So not to worry. So if you dig the lights, that's what it is. Govee, Govee.
Is that it?
Of course, there was a malfunction with the crafter aboard. So, anyways, one of the things I was saying was with the surround sound that I have, when I stream something and I can hear it really well, it just makes me think of like, man, how much better it would be on a Blu-ray or 4K disc, because not only is the picture better when you do physical media, so is the sound. So for it to come across so clear and come back there from that speaker and over here and hit the ceilings with streaming, I know that the 4K disc has got to be incredible. I know this actress. She's got short, like blonde hair, brownish blonde hair. I feel like she was in another horror movie. She looks really familiar. And then the guy with the beard, he looks like he could have been part of John Carpenter's The Thing.
We can go anywhere in this.
Well, Mother says the sun's coming up in 20 minutes.
How far away from the source of transmission?
Northeast. Just under 2,000 meters.
Walking distance?
Give me an atmosphere.
Yes.
One of the things about like these older movies, some of them deserve these 4K upgrades. Some of them you want to see them improved for modern technology. And then there's others like Black Moon Rising, which I talked about on Saturday, that you it just leave it as is, let it be in that, VHS realm. Some movies are just better enjoyed in their old school form rather than getting upgrades. But Alien is one of those movies, along with so many others, Terminator and all that, and Star Wars. You want to see that upgrade of those films, up to an extent. There's a couple 4K transfers of older films that take away the magic of the movie. First time I experienced that was The Labyrinth. I could see the strings on the puppets. That's how clear it was. And I was like, yeah, that's too clear. It ruined it for me. So I went back to the Blu-ray. And initially, I have no issues watching the VHS either. Hatch opening, wherever they landed, bunch of snow. They all got their suits on. The game that me and my son love tremendously, obviously took so much inspiration from this movie, Callisto Protocol, and then he just started playing Dark Space. But I guess since we played Callisto first, and we played it after all the bugs, were done and all that, we love that game so much more than Dark Space. But just all of those horror space games, they all come from this. They all come from Alien.
Contact on my board.
Anybody who's on the chat right now, have you guys seen Alien? When did you first see it? Did you see it in theaters, TV, HBO, when cable was the hottest thing, Let me know in the comments down below. Is that a wig that Sigourney Weaver has on? So I feel like most of the films I've seen her in, she has shorter hair most of the time. But her having this, big poofy hair, I love this shit. I love Sigourney. Actually, Sigourney actually looks sexier, and I'm not a huge Sigourney Weaver fan in terms of her looks. I love her acting, but I never cared for her looks. But I like the way she looks in this movie. Oh yeah, you don't know if you're subscribed to this channel, you usually see me without glasses. In order to drive and in order to see TV, I gotta wear the bifocals. Ah, so they go in to check it out, see how everything's going. And Ripley's actually left aboard the craft.
Mind if I give it a shot?
She already comes across like such a badass in this movie, and she hasn't even done anything yet other than just stand up for herself and, stand strong. That orange cat, man. I guess when you have that many people aboard a aircraft or whatever spacecraft, you're not really too concerned with where that cat is. They let him on the table while they were eating. I got two cats. That's a big no-no. They don't get on that kitchen table. I don't want your hair up there. Slow burn of a movie. Again, 1979. It's introducing you to so much. With this live stream, this being my first watch along, I'm thinking about going live again tomorrow. No, well, maybe tomorrow for Axel F, the premiere, which is going to be at midnight or something like that. I don't know how many of you guys are going to be there, but if I'm going to watch it regardless, I might as well watch it with you guys. So that might be something I do maybe for members or something like that. I don't know. You guys let me know. Put in the chat down below if you're going to be watching Beverly Hills Cop Axel F tomorrow when it debuts at like midnight.
What is? It's nothing here.
We got those ancient cameras they're looking through, making the transit back to the spacecraft. By the way, if you're joining, I'm watching it on Hulu. And the time code right now is 2544, 2545, 2546. It's so cool that everything, at this time, 1979, everything's practical in this movie. And there's nothing about this that is going to be, obviously computer generated because that shit wasn't done yet. So all of these are actual models. Everything you see is real. It's miniatures. There was a shot earlier that I definitely could notice it's a miniature. But again, I don't even think in 79, right? There's no beta. There's no VHS yet, right? So I don't even think they thought people were going to watch this at home. This was just that one-time experience in the theater.
Stars.
All right, so things are starting to look a little bit more wet now that they're in this area. Definitely a lot of blue hues. This looks gorgeous. Even for 1979, it's just the lighting is incredible.
Oh, down here, something different down here. I don't know what it is. We can get up that wall, we can get up that wall.
It's funny how we can. I'm not saying they make the same movie over and over again, but it's funny how they can re-explore the same thing over and over again because it really is true. He's shaking. And then I'm hearing like some crackling noise back here. Oh man, that looks cool. So right now they're just entering the upper tier of where they where they crash landed. Wow, I've never seen this much detail in it. That's holy crap, I've never even seen that. Well, again, it's been over 15 years, but that looks like the gods from like Prometheus. There's this like huge gun looking thing that they just found and explored. Wow, so much more detail in this than I remember. Do you remember what those, those of you in the chat who are watching along with me, welcome. But do you remember what those, like, I don't know, metahumans or metagods were called in Prometheus that originally, what, made it with the aliens or created the aliens or something like that? Because I feel like that's what this looks like right here. Yeah, it looks like exactly what that is. It's so cool to see all this physically done stuff here because the last movie I watched was The Flash. And I talked about that on Saturday that, I watched it with my son because I never anticipated watching The Flash again after I reviewed it last year and went to the theater. But he saw it on here. He's like, hey, let's watch a superhero movie, knowing I hate superhero movies. But I could watch it because, Michael Keaton was there. But you could just tell so much of that movie is done in a green screen room, and that every single thing being done in this alien movie is legit. They're there, they're surrounded by everything you see. This isn't just pretend, which I got to imagine is even tougher than being surrounded by everything like this. Because at least here you can see the environment you're in. You can kind of create fear in your mind by what you're seeing. When you're working in a green screen room, what the hell are you creating fear for? There's nothing. Oh yeah, Alien is definitely. What up, brother? What's going on, Dark Room? What's up, man? I'm watching it on Hulu, and it's in HD. So I'm not watching it in 4K. Not watching it in 4K. Focus. Yeah, I'm not watching it in 4K, but it looks like a 4K master. If that makes any difference, that means something. Dark Room, man, how you been, brother? How have you been, man? Hopefully everything's been going well for you. I dig your channel, man. Keep going at it. You're gonna grow. Thank you for joining the chat. But yeah, you're right. Alien is a movie that is definitely cool and definitely worth it. It's a must watch part of cinema.
React to environment.
Oh, that mist.
Okay. All right.
Oh, that's right. So he just discovered that layer of mist that starts spreading when you. Oh shit! There goes this egg sacs. There goes the big eggs. But yeah, he just discovered that layer of mist that comes out when the egg is broken. If I remember correctly in Prometheus, like that stuff starts like entering your nose and your ears and all that stuff. Oh Lord. As they say, curiosity killed the cat. That egg, that alien egg is opening up, or at least it's moving on the inside. And there it goes. Just opened up. So I'm assuming here goes the first victim. Boom. So I don't know if it's going to actually kill this guy because he had on like that astronaut looking suit and the helmet. So it might break through that headpiece, but I'm not sure.
Right here.
Okay, Ripley, I'm with the in-law pass now.
Right.
Again, with this movie, there's not like a lot of big booms yet. I'm assuming it's going to come later in the final climax, but a lot of this is just really quiet to make the viewer just feel what they're feeling, that eerie feeling, you know. By the way, if you're joining right now, I'm watching Alien on Hulu, and the time code is 3545, 3546, 3547 if you want to catch up and watch along here.
No.
The head right now. Harry? Yes. Wait a second, order. You hear me?
Yes. I read you. The answer is negative.
Oh, wow. She said not to open it, and he still opened. Ah, they brought him aboard, even with the thing attached to his helmet. She was right. Don't let him on. We don't know what it is. We're breaking quarantine, bringing something in here. We don't know. Oh, he broke. Damn, that thing broke right through the fucking glass. Melted right through that. Yep, surrounded the face. Those are what are they called? Face huggers, right? I think so. Just make sure that we're looking good. Oh my God. It's wrapping its tail around the guy's throat while it's face hugging him. And they're trying to like break it off his face or get it off his face, pry it off, and they can't. It's so, I'm so grateful for this channel because I get to go back and watch movies like this that, you know, I haven't seen in over 15 years. If you leave it up to me, I would have just watched Aliens over and over again, and then maybe watched AVP and the sequels that I liked that I saw that are full of action. So to go back and see this and think about the time frame that it was made and how different it is from today's movies is really cool. So it's one of the things I'm grateful for having this channel.
In case I'm alive, how bad was that? I'm gonna get it off. Just a minute, just a minute. I mean, let's not be too hasty. We don't know anything about it. Now we're assuming it's getting oxygen. If we remove it,
There's always somebody who's super curious that shouldn't be curious about shit, right? Aboard these spacecraft movies, like somebody who wants to know more. No, we don't need to know more. Get him out and get that thing out and go. And of course, I'm speaking in hindsight, right? Oh, that's right. They bleed acid. I forgot about that. Even the face huggers bleed acid. That acid is so strong that it's not only went through the first floor, went down, bled down to the second floor. Now they're in the basement. And if that thing goes all the way through, it could even cause, oh my God, that could even cause like a hole in the spacecraft. How do you stop that? Okay, finally on the third floor.
Don't get any on your arm.
stop. I'd say anything like that except molecular acid.
Must be using for blood.
It's got a wonderful defense mechanism. You don't dare kill it.
What about Kate?
What do you know?
I'm an only child. So I always say, well, like, they're a team, right? And you're not supposed to leave your teammates behind. And I've heard that so many times. And I've never been a team sports guy, right? I've been a one-on-one fighter. I used to be a pro wrestler,
Right.
all that stuff. So everything that comes about has to come from me. So when I see this, all I can think is like, throw that guy out with the face hugger on him and get the fuck out of there. But that's not the mentality when you're on a team. You have to try to save everybody. I just wouldn't be able to do it. Once I saw that face hugger on him, he ain't coming back in. And especially at this point too, like if it bleeds acid and they already put him through like an MRI machine and they saw that it restricted his breathing, but it has put something down his throat and all these red flags, right? Why would you have that aboard the spacecraft? Why? Like, at that point, it's not something about not leaving somebody behind. You have to leave them behind.
It's amazing. What is it?
This is, I don't know yet. You are.
So right now, if you're joining, I'm watching Alien on Hulu. Time code is 4330, 4331, 4332. Facehugger has already gotten on board, and their team mentality brought it on. As an only child, I don't get it. I would have left them.
Stop replacing them with polarized silicon. It gives them a prolonged resistance to adverse environmental conditions.
It's funny how it's hard to go back and watch these movies once you already seen things progress, right? Because for me, I love, of course I've seen this and I watched it 15 years ago or whatever, but like I love the Alien series once it's already gotten going. Once it's pretty fast-paced action. So you end up taking that discovery phase movie, which is the first one, for granted. Because again, all I keep thinking about is saying is this is a very slow burn movie. But you got to remember, they don't have anything to base it off of, right? It's just Alien for the first time.
Maybe I've jeopardized the rest of us. It was a risk I was willing to take.
It's a big risk for a science officer. It's not exactly out of the manual, is it?
I wonder, did Sigourney Weaver watch it? What did she watch? Did she star in any other movies prior to this, or is this her breakout film? Because she's still like coming across very feminine. So she's strong, but she's feminine and sultry. So there's that. She still has an ounce of her femininity in her here, unlike, as other movies would, after time, would go along and just ruin that.
It's Dallas.
Dallas.
I think you should have a look at Kane. Or something's happened.
Uh-oh.
Serious?
Uh-oh. Might have some action here. Something happened. Oh, yeah. Well, what happened is the damn thing is off of his face. The thing that bleeds acid that you let on here is off of the guy's face. I just don't get it, man.
Dallas.
Now they're all walking all cautious. So basically, right, what these things do is they impregnate, right, the human, the host, and that's how the alien was made or is made. I guess we're about to find out because all we've seen in this is the face hugger, and then there's like the spacecraft with the metahuman or whatever.
Kane?
Oh, there it goes. It fell on her.
What? It's up there somewhere. Cover it, though. Anyway. Oh, I. That's the
It looks like it has crab legs, the face hugger. Is there another term for them? I don't even know. Of course, the inside of the face hugger looks like a certain body part. No, it's not time for that yet. I'll go there. I'm gonna keep it cool. Bring it up just a little.
Gosh, are you kidding? This thing bled acid. Who knows what it's gonna do when it's dead?
I think it's safe to assume it isn't a zombie. It has to come back.
Well, I assume it's not burning at the stake, but you're the science hostage. Your decision, Ash. How come I have changed my mind? All right, stick to me.
Change your mind, Joss. I just want you to listen. Will you listen to me? Just tell me how you can make that kind of decision to him.
Look, I just run the ship. Anything that has to do with the science.
Can you guys hear it?
Ash has the final word.
Let me know in the chat
It happens by
if you can hear it. I know that I chose today, right, Monday, because I've got the review for XOF coming up on Wednesday, and then we got the ranking for Beverly Hills Cop on Friday. But so I had to fit this live stream in one of these weekdays. But I know that today is Monday Night Raw, so some of my subscribers may not be watching because of that.
Look, I just want to get the hell out of here, all right?
All right, time for takeoff. They got a dead face hugger. I think the nightmare is over. Far from it.
Dustin antics again. Number two's overheating. Spinning it for 2 minutes. Put your face straight.
So at no point, it's being alluded to, but at no point in this movie so far have we actually seen them working on the craft after it crashed. None. But it is fixed now.
Walk in the park. We fixed something we stayed fixed up with Red Berry. Right.
That happiness isn't going to last, team. Some wild stuff is about to happen above that craft, aboard that craft.
What I think we should do is just freeze it. I mean, he's got to see why don't we stop it where it is? We can always get to a doctor when we get back home.
Right.
That's true.
Whenever he says anything, you say right, right. You know that?
They just suggested freezing the guy who had the face hugger on him.
He's gonna have to go to quarantine. That's it.
He says, so will we.
Yep.
How about a little something to lower your spirits?
Oh, now I know where I know this female actress from. She's got short hair in this movie. I don't know her name, but I believe she was the mother in Flight of the Navigator. That's where I recognize her from. She's got a very distinguishable face, and it's like this whole first, nearly hour of this movie, I've been trying to think in the back of my mind, where do I know this actress from? Flight of the Navigator. God, I hope I'm not wrong. Oh, he's up. Again, they're all saying they got to go into quarantine, right? But they're around the guy who had a face hugger on his face. And like, why would you even allow this? 1979. No, not true. 2037, supposedly.
Are worrying about smothering him.
Anyway, where are we? Right here.
We're on our way home.
Yeah, back to the old freezerino.
Oh, I have something to eat. Let's go on.
One more meal before bedtime, I'm buying.
I'm seeing two people in the chat. You guys have been here for a while. Thank you for joining the live stream. Again, if you're watching along, I'm watching on Hulu. I'm sorry, but I just touched the mic. If you're watching along, I'm watching on Hulu. Let me know in the chat what you're watching Alien on, whether it's VHS, DVD, Blu-ray, streaming. And then the time code, so we're all watching this at the same time, is exactly 55 minutes right now. 55.1, 55.2, 55.3. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, they're all eating. They're eating with the guy that they should have put in quarantine. Uh-oh. Here we go. Here we go. His chest. He's got the shirt on. It just burst a bunch of blood, red blood. Oh, there goes the alien. Oh, it looks so cool, but it's also, you could tell that it's a puppet, but that's fine. it, just, it just slid across the table. I know this is an epic scene, and I know people saw this for the first time, the alien busting through the chest, and I know it was shocking when this movie came out in 1979, but it just made me laugh because you could just tell that it's a puppet. And the way it slid across, it reminded me of, there's like a comedy movie based off of Star Wars, but it also has scenes of Spaceballs. The way Spaceballs did, that scene that was similar to Alien is just once it ran across the tables, that was hilarious. But 1979, I get it.
See anything?
This team has made mistake after mistake after mistake. Talked about quarantine. Oh, okay. That's what they should have did a long time ago. They just spit them out into space. That's what they should have done as soon as they decided to bring them on and they saw the face hugger was there. They should have just spit them out into space. But then we wouldn't have a movie, right?
It's an ordinary prod, a cattle prod. It's got a portable battery, insulated all the way here, all the way to here. It's like that.
See, they have no idea that this alien is going to grow rapidly.
Shouldn't.
What I don't remember is does the alien grow rapidly because it eats, or does it just grow rapidly?
Tracking device. It's set it to search for a moving object. So hasn't got much of a range, but when you get within a certain distance, it'll start to give off a signal.
What's the key on?
Micro changes in air density.
Give me a 10.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Two teams. Ash, neither B team. Now, anyone see this thing and catches the net that Parker is holding on his lap? Parker, I don't want any words. How you doing? That's it. Put it in the airlock. Channels are open at all times. So much to communicate. Keep in touch at all times. All right. Let's go.
So now they're searching. We're at what, the 1 hour mark in this movie? Yep, just hitting 1 hour right now. 1 hour and 1, 2, 3, 1 hour and 4. And they're starting to look for that alien that so comically went across the screen. Mind you, I'm not talking crap about it, you know. I understand that it was 1979, but you know, it's such they built these aircrafts and these all this stuff that's around them. It looks incredible. But when it comes to the alien itself, we haven't seen it in its full form. So again, it's hard to put yourself back. Once you've seen so many other alien movies, it's hard to go back to the original and put yourself in that space of like, oh, this is the first time an audience has seen this. Because by this point, right, even with Alien Romulus that's coming out on August 16th, which, by the way, we're going to watch all 8 aliens before that, and then Romulus, and then do a ranking video. I'm actually, by the way, going to try to track down like an alien collection to do a giveaway for you guys then. So you know what that's going to be. Take all the comments from all of the alien videos that I do going forward, and hopefully find a winner. When it comes to giveaways, what do you guys prefer? VHS, DVD, Blu-ray? Because I've got some 4Ks I can give away too. Let me know in the chat what type of giveaways you guys like. I don't remember if the alien had like a middle form between being that little puppet that ran across the table and then being, you know, the eventual big thing that I remember seeing 15 years ago. They might have found it. As mentioned earlier in the stream, those sirens are not part of this movie, if you're hearing them, those sirens are part of Chicago. And I'm pretty sure that's like the fourth siren car. Oh. There's the cat. They just got scared by the cat. But as I was mentioning, I don't know. This is like the fourth police vehicle or fire truck to go past here. It's just the sounds of Chicago, of a big city. And for those of you in the chat, let me know down below if you're joining right now. I see a few more numbers, a few more heads. Let me know where you're from. Do you guys get all the constant big city noises of cars with loud music and sirens? So now they're looking for the cat. Uh-oh. This guy's got to be the first adult casualty of the adult alien. It's so cool, man. I see this now, and it's just, especially because there's a lot of bronze in this movie. There's more bronze in this one than I remember in Aliens, which I saw maybe earlier this year. Of course, I've seen it tons of times, but the last time I saw it was a few months ago. That was a very blue movie. This one has a little bit more mixture of blue and bronze. And in Callisto Protocol, there's a lot of brown and bronze color scheme. Oh, there goes the cat. That cat's going to be the death of you, brother. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. So the alien has shed its skin. That beige skin that it had when it was a baby. If this thing is full size already, that means that what? These aliens grow within what? An hour or two? The surround sound is so good that I actually took a look outside, like right now, past the camera, and thought that the rain sounds in the movie were coming from outside. The cat's gonna get, uh-oh. That cat's gonna get him killed. It's funny, I understand them trying to find the cat and save the cat more than I do understand them trying to save the team member. Man, it's gotta be hot aboard that spacecraft. Oh shit. Woo! That thing is big. Wait. It's okay. This is the first time we see it. The cat knows. That looks great. Oh man, it's amazing how, this alien that they created the design for in '79, this shot that they just showed right now, same shot that they showed in the Alien Romulus trailer. So this design of this alien still works today, timeless.
Shaft may work to our advantage here. It leads up to and comes out in the main airlock. All right, there's only one big opening along the way. We can cover that up, and then we dive it into the airlock and zap it into outer space.
It's huge. I mean, it's unmanned. It's big.
So. Come on, Ash. I mean, science department should be able to help us. What can we do to drive it?
Yes, well, it's adapted remarkably well to our atmosphere, considering its nutritional requirements. The only thing we don't know about is temperature.
Okay, what about temperature? What happens if we change it?
And most animals retreat for fire. Yeah.
All right, yeah. Parker, can you rig 3 or 4 incinerator units?
You read about 20 minutes, I'll do it.
Let's go into the vent.
I do.
No. You and Ash take to the airlock. Parker, Lambert, you cover up that maintenance opening, please.
So cool how they managed to get some of these shots of the spacecraft. By the way, if you're joining, I'm watching Alien on Hulu, and the time code that we're on right now is 1 hour and 10 minutes 19, hour and 10:20, hour and 10:22. If you want to join along. Requests to terminate Alien. Why would you request to terminate Alien? Just do it. Well, not just do it. It's not easy to do, but you know what I mean. Available data insufficient. What are my chances? Okay. So at this point, he has to basically text back and forth. They're too far out to actually do anything verbally. Again, it's 2037 in this movie. Do you think we're going to be going to space in 2037? I doubt it.
I'm at the first junction.
Dallas, I'm right here.
Parker.
Yeah.
Lambert.
I'm in position. I'm just trying to get a reading here.
The airlock is open. Ready?
So now everybody has their own little missions to do. One guy is like working with the incinerators to see if the alien is afraid of fire. Ripley and the other chick are going through the vents. So they're trying to change the temperature of the spacecraft to see if that affects the alien. Oh, my knees would be gone, man. This dude's in a tight aircraft. Uh-oh, he's entered an area that's very wet, very moist. Giggity. Anyways, you guys get the reference, I'm sure.
Damn true. Ripley,
Yes.
close all the hatches now. Oh my God.
See, the cool thing about Ripley that I'm noticing already, and earlier, she had the gumption to do it, but they went against what she wanted. She actually wants to follow protocol and what's best. So with the guy asking her right now to like close all of the shafts behind him, he knows he's not coming back, and she did it right away. She didn't let emotions take place. She expressed her emotion on her face, but she was like, "That's what he wants. Boom. That's what we're doing." This guy knows he's gonna die. He has accepted his fate. And he's got a flamethrower.
So, Jim, I'm going down. I was not that box.
Dallas, you can have to hold your position for a minute.
Sure.
So they're tracking him, right? And they just lost. Oh shit! There goes the goop. They lost the signal.
Are you sure there's no sign of an event there?
Oh, she could see the movement.
Dallas?
It's over for you, brother.
I'm not trying to learn, but I want to get the hell out of here.
Oh, God. It's what they want to do for you.
It's going right towards them. They can see the movement, the little dots. See, this chick is real emotional. So again, 1979, right? It's cool. It's all right. But the alien literally just did this. That's it, towards the camera. I hate to laugh at, like, I can't believe that I'm laughing at Alien 1979. I know that either somebody joining the chat is going to disagree with me, or when this review overall comes out is going to be like, are you insane? This is one of the greatest works ever. I'm not questioning the movie. I'm just laughing at some of the execution, because who thought that this would be remastered to the point where you can clearly see certain things? Yeah, Ripley is the opposite of the other chick that's on this craft. She's straight, composed. The other girl's very emotional.
It's using the air shafts. That's the only way. We'll move in pairs. We'll go step by step and cut off every bulkhead and every vent until we have it cornered, and then we'll blow it the fuck out into space. Is that acceptable to you?
He's killing it.
Obviously, it means killing it. We have to stick together. How are our weapons?
What is the time? This my needs be feeling.
Will you get it, please? Josh, go with it.
No, I'm the man, Josh. You follow me.
Every time they split up, somebody dies. It's like a horror movie.
You what? You're still collating? I find that hard to believe. Just what you've been doing, Ash. Nothing. I've got access to Mother now, and I'll get my own answers. Thank you.
So I guess Mother is the co-pilot, the Gemini, the thing that they can ask. What's the next move that we do? Mother. That fear of the unknown. Man, this movie has been color graded well. And I know it didn't look like this in '79. And I remember watching it on VHS and on HBO on cable back in the day. They did a tremendous job remastering this movie. There's such a distinct difference between like corridors that they go into, that bronze and yellow tint going into the dark blues, which by the way, dark blues aren't the same as they used to be in movies. And I know some of you can feel me on that one, that dark blues now are just overdone instead of being naturally lit dark blue like they used to do in these movies in these corridors, especially when they get it like where it's wet and it still have this bluish tone to it. Awesome. So she's using Gemini co-pilot now, Mother, and she's texting questions to it, which by the way, that screen looks HD as hell. So I'm pretty sure they redid those. Wow. Uh-oh. So by just talking to the system, Ripley just found out that it says, make sure the alien, that life thing, comes back intact and the team is expendable. That's insane. The lives that you want to bring this thing back are expendable, but by all means, bring it back. Whoever dies, dies. That's ridiculous. He closed it off. So now there's tension between this greedy fuck. Oops, I'm not supposed to curse on these things. Between this greedy dude and Ripley. He's locking her in. By the way, the time code that I'm at. Oh. What the hell? Is this guy an android? He's sweating white. Bunch of naked photos on the wall. I'm assuming this is his room. He just tore out some of her hair. I don't remember this at all. A turncoat on the craft? Rolling up a magazine right now? What the hell? He's trying to shove a rolled up magazine down her throat. Oh, he is an android. Like, he's strong as shit. You trying to suffocate her? Oh yeah, he's an android for sure. I forgot what they call him in this one. Boy, his head just came off, straight off. Oh wow.
It's a robot. Man, she's a goddamn robot. God.
I don't remember this part of the movie at all. He's still moving with his head completely off the body. But the head is dangling, which is such a cool touch. And they like bleed out. They're calling him a robot. But he's got like all these organisms in him. I remember Lance Henriksen, right? In part 2 in Aliens. He was a robot or an android. Let's see if I can lower this a little bit. That brightness is better. He was a robot, but I just don't understand why do they pack all of this stuff into them. Again, we didn't have robots that look like Terminator just yet, all metal. That's pretty cool. See, that looks great. This physical effect looks amazing. That's the actual guy's face. It has to be. It's so perfect, right? Because everything's done practically. They put his head standing up on the table. So now you know, like years later, not 1979, but you know that they've got the guy underneath the table with his head through a hole. I wish they kept some of the neck part because it looks like he's just through the table now. But that's cool. It still looks cool.
Damn company. What about our lives, you son of a bitch?
I repeat, all our priorities are assembly.
How do we kill it, Ash? There's gotta be a way of killing it. How? How do we do it?
We can't.
Bullshit.
You still don't understand what you're dealing with, do you? Perfect. Organism. Its structural perfection is matched only by its hostility.
You admire it.
Purity. A sublime one. Unclouded by conscience, remorse, or delusions of morality.
Look, I've heard enough of this, and I'm asking you to pull the plug.
Lastly, I can't lie to you about your chances, but you have my sympathy.
We're gonna blow up. We'll take our chances in the shuttle.
It's funny because as he was speaking, there was like very little neck part here. But once she pushed the head back and got tired of him talking, now there was this whole head piece. But it's still cool. They still pulled that off really well. Burn that thing up. Burn that robot up.
Just
10 minutes.
no bullshit.
We get out of here in 10 minutes. We won't need a rocket to fly through space.
But the influence the air support system.
I'm really curious about the new Alien Romulus because I believe I saw a blurb with the director saying that he did as much as possible in physical effects. He said if it can be done practically, then we want it to be done practically. And we did it practically. The only things we used CGI for was things that we could absolutely not do practically. I appreciate that because one of the, despite me laughing at the alien a couple times in the shots and seeing how rubbery it is it just looks amazing. Like even this shot right now, which by the way, time code wise, I am at 128.50, 128.51, 128.53, 54. So if you want to catch up with me watching, because two of you have stayed here throughout the last hour or so. Hopefully we're on the same point. The cat just meowed. But there was a shot right there that just looked so beautiful. And I'm sure it was miniatures. But again, somebody had to build this stuff. So that's what's so cool about this, Somebody built it.
Jones?
They still looking for this cat. Well, then again, Ripley wasn't looking for the cat earlier. The cat ran away from all of them. And then the guy who was looking for it got killed. But so far, an hour and a half into this movie, which is 2 hours long, we have seen the adult alien twice. And it has been, the first shot was awesome. The second shot was But again, slow burn, never seen this before, right? The 1979 audience. This is fresh. This is scary. It's all about discovery, which is why this movie is slow paced in the first place.
Jones?
So there's 3 survivors left on this spacecraft. 4 if you count the cat. 4 survivors.
Here, boy. Here. Nice kid. Jones? Jones?
See, I didn't remember Sigourney Weaver Ripley having long hair in this movie because at this point in the movie, an hour and a half in, she has it tied back, which is expected, right? You're not going to have your hair loose. But that's why I didn't remember her having that long, poofy, nice long hair that she had. She actually looked very attractive with it that way. This cat don't want nothing to do with you. He's scared as hell. He's just as scared as y'all. He just wants to hide. Well, she finally got it. Oh, this is cool. They're playing around with shadows now. Uh-oh. There it is. Flight of the Navigator's mom. She's next. Is that Yaphet Kotto? I gotta look that up. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Here we go. I love how the alien is just dripping wet constantly. Oh man. It's over for him. She's still carrying that damn cat. Ah, there it goes. So the dude is dead. Navigator's mom just screamed, so I'm assuming she's dead. But the shot right before she died was of the alien's tail wrapping around her leg and going up her leg. Let's see something here. That was Yaphet Kotto. I knew it. I wasn't wrong. Thank you, Freddy Krueger, for introducing me to Yaphet Kotto so I could recognize him in this movie. So it's official. On this flight, on this spacecraft, it's just Ripley and the alien and the xenomorph. Man, this movie's been remastered so well. So well. I'm shocked at how beautiful this movie looks. I'm shocked at how beautiful. Again, for the two of you who are watching along for the last hour, thank you so much for hanging in there with me. Leave your names in the chat so I know who you are. It's pretty cool. This is my first watch along, so the more word we put out of this, the more of you join, the more of you interact, then we'll be able to make it fun to keep going and going and going. Uh-oh, she's going to destroy this craft. Everything's going off now. And she just heard the last two die too, as well. Uh-oh.
Expires in T minus 3.
There goes the alien. There's this like ticker of a light that constantly keeps going off. She's got 3 minutes, I think, before, self-destructs. 1 minute. T minus T Thorn. T minus 1 minute. I think it's a self-destruct. Or it like disconnects or something. Oh shit, we got 20 seconds left. So let's see what happens. $15 seconds. 8, 7, 6, 5, 3, 2, 1. So what happens?
Unit not
Okay, so that was for her to override the destruction of the craft. And it's funny, right? She talks to it's called Mother. And what did I just watch? I just watched that Jennifer Lopez movie Atlas, where she has to talk to the AI. This shit's been around for a long time, man. By the way, for those of you in the chat, if you haven't watched Atlas with Jennifer Lopez, I know you don't want to see it because it's J-Lo, but it's actually a good movie and she did well in it. So put the hate aside. It is a combination of Alien. There's a video game as well, but it's got a lot of Terminator in there too. A lot of mechs and all that stuff. What's so great about this, right, too, is they knew that they had a very cool looking alien when they made this movie, but it was also very rubber. Like if you see photos of the original alien in this movie, it's very tall, slender. You could tell it's rubber. Excuse me. But they don't show a lot of shots on it and they don't linger on it. And I feel like right away when I think about a movie that I've seen where they linger too long on a rubberized, suited, character is Grim Cuddy. I reviewed Grim Cuddy on this channel, and you could just tell that it was a guy in a suit, and they lingered on it, which is a terrible, terrible thing to do. But Alien doesn't do that. They understand their limitations, such as Jaws. Right? You don't focus on it so much. You create situations around it to where you limit how you see it. The colors pop in this so well. It's such a well done remaster of this movie. I can only imagine how much better the Aliens one is on 4K. Even if the people do look a little waxy, right? For those who have dropped in on the chat, I'm watching Alien on Hulu, and right now time code is 14224, 14225, 26 if you want to join along. There's 14 minutes left to the movie. And in Ripley's spacecraft, there is less than shit. She's got 30 seconds before this self-destructs.
Seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
There it goes. So she escaped, and you know it's not over, but she escaped on the pod. The entire craft destroyed itself, self-destructed. She couldn't stop it. She is exhausted. She's the only one left. Damn, this explosion is nonstop. I got you. Ripley, I know you think you got it, but you didn't get it. This is 79 and Aliens was what, 87, right? And it's such a huge leap. And I'm going to watch Aliens again, obviously, because we have to watch all 8 movies leading up to Alien Romulus, but it's such a huge leap in terms of the design of practical effects. They were just getting started here. Star Wars gave everybody hope to do, space movies and crafts like this. So Ripley and the Cat Jones have successfully made it. That cat hungry though. Oh, the cat is going to be in its own pod, its own sleeping pod. Hopefully, it has some food in there. The calm before the storm right now. I never understood those panties that Sigourney Weaver wears in this. Like, you can clearly tell her waistline is supposed to go up, but they've got her with these like small, just non-appealing panties. Not that it's supposed to be sexy, but it just doesn't follow her body. Is this the movie? So obviously this is a shot of her very, very seldomly clothed. I mean, Jesus Christ. Her ass crack is out. Yeah, those are not underwears. What are you? That looks like a face mask on her ass. I mean, it looked like a face mask on her ass. That's how small that panty was. Oh, she's got to fight the alien like that? So she just discovered, after being calm, taking off her suit and all that stuff, that alien is right there, right next to her. Oh, that's a great shot. Again, knowing your limitations, playing with the lighting so that you don't get a clear shot of that alien. I mean, I'm sure it'll smell her, but I don't even know if it knows that she's there. Because I think I don't know, it fell asleep or something. It was also in its, calm before the storm state. Okay, she's getting back into a suit. So what I was gonna say before they showed that the alien was there, with her being in this skimpy thing, I have read online that they said that they edited, like airbrushed out her bush because it's the late 70s. So, oh shit, there goes the mouth coming out of the alien. She's seeing the structure. That they airbrushed her bush out, which in this version, definitely she is bushless. Uh, I think I would prefer that because honestly, I'm a child of the late 80s, mid and late 80s and 90s. So I definitely wouldn't have enjoyed seeing another head of hair elsewhere on Ripley. I can't even get in my pants as quiet as she got into this damn astronaut suit. She must be young. I would have made all the noises. She's loading up a gun. Hasn't triggered that alien move yet. All right, 7 minutes left in this movie. It's been a ride. They really did save everything for the very, very end. He's just chilling. Like he's waiting for her to make him breakfast or something, and he's still in bed. I love that she's not taking her eyes off of him, but he is still slightly moving. Oh, it's up. So she's like setting off cold air, I think, to mess with it. She took her eyes off of it. She's got that sense of dread in her face that she's gonna die. Here she goes, looking to the side, and that thing is right next to her. There we go. So she just opened up the hatch. She just shot it as well. It's got the anchor in it. Oh, it's trying to come back inside. She triggered the takeoff, which blew it off. Is there one more moment like Chucky that it keeps coming back?
Starship Nostromo. Third officer reporting. The other members of the crew, Kane, Lambert, Parker, Breck, Ash, and Captain Dallas are dead. Cargo and ship destroyed. I should reach the frontier in about 6 weeks. With a little luck, the network will pick me up.
This is Ripley, last survivor of the Nostromo. Signing off.
Well, at least the cat made it, right? Jones made it. There she goes, Ripley in her pod. 6 weeks. 6 weeks till she reaches her destination. There we go. There goes the end of Alien. I mean, obviously it's a no-brainer to do Aliens Part 2 after this, which they did and they continue to do. But you could see by the way they ended this that they easily could have just left it to this movie and that's it, right? It obviously made enough money not to not to just be a one-off. But I'm glad that they in 1987 like went over the design of the aliens and made them more hunched and made them look more animalistic in their movements, because you can tell that this is a very rubbery standing up alien. But again, it's not in there enough, and people who watched this in the theater were super impressed, and then when they watched it on TVs, they're talking about 19-inch TVs, 22, 27-inch TVs. So it's not like today where we're blowing this up to 65-inch, 75, 98-inch screens. But really good 4K remaster of this film. Even though I'm watching it in 1080p on stream, this has got to be a 4K transfer of this movie. It just looks gorgeous. Definitely when they put out that Alien 4K box set, I'm picking that up for sure. Guys, thank you so much for joining me on my first ever live watch along. Thank you. I look forward to doing more of these. Remember that this Wednesday is Axel F, the new Beverly Hills Cop on Netflix. I'm going to be reviewing that. And then Friday, we're going to do a ranking video for Beverly Hills Cop, and I'm going to announce the winner of the Beverly Hills Cop DVD collection that I'm giving away. And the way you enter that is you like, comment, subscribe to this channel, and all you got to do is comment your favorite Beverly Hills Cop movie under one of the Beverly Hills Cop reviews that I have. Guys, I'm Alex Thorn. Once again, thank you so much for joining me. And you know what I got to do? I got to rock out so I can watch some movies and review them for you.